see anybody on my right that look like they got the bricks in. Pack just came in and everything is dandy on their end. It's that boy LandLord from Alabama. So how you living, my boy?
I'm living righteous, my brother. You already know how it is on my end. You know what I'm saying?
Man, we ain't
Living
finna.
righteous.
It is 2024. We left lying back in 2023. You
Oh,
ain't
I ain't get the memo. My
you,
bad. My
you ain't
bad.
get the memo, man. So hey,
I'm slightly nefarious. Probably it's dwindling down every day. You know what I'm saying? I'm working. I'm a work in progress. You know what I'm
nah,
saying?
we ain't trying to hear none of that. We
I'm
ain't
a
trying to
work
hear.
in progress,
We
man.
ain't trying to hear none of that, man. Those labels have stuck. You know, you're already guilty by association. Is over with.
Yes, sir.
But
But
hey, man.
how you living over there, man? What's going on?
Now, unlike you, I actually am living righteously,
Cap.
and no, not at all, not at all. He said, "Where's West Coast?" West is actually breeding dogs right now. You know, he runs multiple businesses. He breed dogs. He does Dallas Cowboys content. My boy got a pallet business. You know, he be going crazy, especially in the lean time of Dallas Cowboys content. So he might jump in. He has the link, but if he doesn't, you know, me and LandLord gonna hold it down. And if he does, me and LandLord still gonna hold it down because we like that. But you know, bro might be in here though. But hey, what's up with you, man, Dr. Dream? Because yeah, it's really not Cowboys Uncut without the three of us on here. But you know, just in case he slide in, we're gonna leave the Cowboy Uncut up there. He said,
Absolutely.
what's up with y'all though, man? But hey, y'all know the usual rules and regulations when you tap in with your independent content creators, man. I ain't gonna be long-winded today. Y'all know to hit that Cash App, like my boy S.A. Richburg just did with the 5-piece. Thank you for the love and support over here in the liquor
Salute.
store, helping us keep
Salute.
the light on. But y'all know to hit the like button. Y'all know to hit the share button. Y'all know to slap the dog shit out of an Eagles fan, a Commanders fan, and a Giants fan because it's a new year. The same old Dallas Cowboys. We're gonna still slap the shit out of the division rivals. We don't do nothing else. Salute to Corey Vaughn, JT Wolf, Dr. Dream, the original people, Rico Jones, Mr. Richburg. Salute to all y'all in the building, man. Well, we got a lot to talk about, man. Like, we got a lot to talk about. Dan Quinn is basically holding the Dallas Cowboys hostage right now. There were some things said about Micah Parsons that I want to talk about. So we got a bunch of stuff to jump into. Where you want to start? Because I think we probably need to start with the Micah Parsons shit.
Yeah, I want to hear your take on this Micah Parsons business.
So before we even get the take, let me show y'all what the hell we're actually talking about. Right? I'm gonna play the video. I'm gonna play the video, and I'm gonna get y'all insight on. I'm gonna let y'all hear it, and then we'll just go from there, right? So bear with me. Let me get this pulled up. Share the screen. Boom. I'm gonna maximize this shit. I'm gonna turn down the background music so y'all can hear this properly and all of its glorious splendor, because it is glorious splendor. And here we go.
And Nate, I'm going to give you your pat on the back for this because you have been on this for the longest. You said it on our show. You said it on my podcast. The mental toughness of the players of those times were far greater than it is of the players of these times. Because we've heard all about the Michael Irvin escapades.
Yes.
But we've also heard about Mike was the first one in the building.
Yeah.
We also heard that Mike was the last one to leave. So when your best players are giving and putting in their absolute best effort, and that is the standard.
Yeah.
Right? When you talked about every single day, I went up against Charles Haley.
Leon Lett.
I had Dion on the other side going against Michael Irvin. And there was never a let up. There was never, oh, take it easy, Prime. Take it easy, 8-8. Oh, I'm tired today. You know what I mean? There was never when you had Ken Norton or Kenny Gant and Emmitt Smith. No, we goal line. Now we ain't taking it easy. I'm gonna try to knock your head off because you're gonna try to knock my head off. But it's that iron that sharpens iron. And I do think on this, you know, when you look at Micah Parsons, and I think he's a young, talented player, I do think he's still mature. I do think there's a level of selfishness to him. But he's your OG. Like, he's the OG of this defense. He's one of the OGs of this football team. I'm almost willing to bet any amount of money he's not the guy staying after on the. We're out here when practice is over. I never see him out here after practice. I never see him out there after practice working with Tyron Smith or working with, the linebackers or the guys up front. I never see it. Never.
The thing
I highly doubt that they're staying after practice and getting in more film reps. That's what the good teams do. The good teams and the good players do that. That's what those guys did. And so as long as you don't have football players, your best football players, not giving up and sacrificing even more for the team, not for self, for the team, you will consistently be haunted by the ghost of 90s Super Bowl winning past.
the thing
Well, so that was Jesse Holly, former Dallas Cowboy player. And, he currently works for DallasCowboy.com. That's what he had to say about Micah Parsons. He said that he's possibly selfish, possibly doesn't put in the extra work that it takes to be overtly great. So now, I'm going to say my piece, and then I'm going to let you go, landlord. It may be true what he said, right? Because I'm not in the building. It may be true. But let me ask y'all a question. Why did it just come out now? Micah Parsons has been with the Dallas Cowboys for 3 years. 2021, 2022, and he just played the entire 2023 season. At no point before now did anybody say anything about Micah Parsons' work ethic. Isn't it ironic and coincidental that now that Micah Parsons is eligible for an extension with the Dallas Cowboys, that there are now questions about his work ethic and if he a good locker room leader and shit like that. And my thing is, disregard if it's true or not, right? Disregard if it's true or not. This is like clockwork for the Dallas Cowboys front office. Whenever it is time to go out there and pay somebody, something crazy is said about them in the media. It's either through the national media, the local media, DallasCowboy.com employees.
Or out the horse's mouth they self too.
Or out the horse. Oh yeah, Jerry Jones will he'll get up there. Because remember, Dez Bryant was up to get a contract. The stuff about him supposedly beating up his mama came out. And there was supposed to be a video that came out, right? And that never happened. They tried to jack up his numbers like that. And of course, Dez Bryant has recently talked about underhanded tactics the front office has used in contract negotiations. We also remember when Dak Prescott was supposed to get paid, and they were talking about he was going to take up too much of the pie. He wasn't worth it. They said the man was basically greedy. They tagged him twice and bid against themselves. We remember that. We remember that Marcus Lawrence didn't play with them boys. He threatened to sit out and have his surgery because they didn't want to pay him his money. And
they were trying surgery delayed, I believe.
Yeah, had a surgery
He was like,
delayed.
I ain't going to be ready for the next year if y'all don't pay me.
Yeah, remember, it was time to pay the Marcus Lawrence, and they said, well, he's no Von Miller. You don't remember that? They were talking about what he was.
Aaron Donald.
He's no Aaron Donald. They were up here talking about taking shots at him, talking about what he was and what he wasn't. Then you just keep going down the line. Like if Zach Martin himself had to hold out for a day before they came to their senses, like we ain't finna do this, we finna pay him.
Exactly. Jerry had to say he looked over and then see Zach Martin car and got sad. So
exactly.
They don't want to pay nobody, bro. What I said, Dollar Bill Jones, he ain't paying them country boys nothing. That's not what he doing.
And that's just the point. Disregard if you think it's true or not. And I also don't think that it's true, because one thing that I will say about Micah Parsons, for context purposes, he went into the offseason thinking that he would be a full-time pass rusher. So he spent his entire offseason building his body up to be a defensive end. He gained weight to play on the defensive line more. He went to the pass rush summit that Von Miller and them was holding and stuff. So he spent his entire offseason building up to be a pass rusher. And the Dallas Cowboys had linebackers. They drafted DeMarvion Overshown with a top 100 pick. They brought back Leighton Vander Esch. They were hoping that Damone Clark would develop. You still didn't know what you were gonna do with the boy I said was sorry. What was his name? The one that you used to like.
Talking about Malik Davis.
Nah, I'm talking about the running back. I mean the linebacker.
Jabril Cox. Yeah.
Jabril Cox. You had 7 linebackers on the roster.
Devin Harper.
Yeah, you had linebackers when Micah Parsons was turning his entire body into a pass rusher. Because remember, that was the plan in the offseason for him to become a full-time pass rusher. So I don't understand this critique like Micah Parsons doesn't put in the work, because it's evident by his body now that he put in the work. If you took a look at this man's story during the offseason, this man was out this bitch boxing every day, out here weight training, working on his pass rush moves. He puts in a lot of work. Like he could still be in Cancun with a nose full of powder or something. But he out here going crazy, getting stronger, getting better. Well, shit, the 90 Cowboys, you know.
The 90 Cowboys would have been Scarface vibes, Tony Montana vibes.
For real, cocaine Cowboys.
Hey, man, they was the best Cowboys.
They were the best Cowboys.
Hey. You know,
hey, bring cocaine back to Dallas.
They said cocaine's a hell of a drug.
But point being, it's on brand for the Dallas Cowboys to have people associated with them, local media. They might even say something themselves slick or leak stuff when they're in the middle of a contract negotiation. But we've all done sit here and said that they like to negotiate through the media. So
exactly.
that's where I'm at with it.
You mean slander. That's character exactly slander. That's what I don't like. You know, that's that we don't like. And this gonna be interesting to see how Micah handle this though. Excuse me. We know Micah will be vocal against anybody that says anything about him. You know what I'm saying? So all of these little tidbits that's coming out right now, you better believe more than likely Micah gonna have something to say about him. You know what I'm saying? So what I do like about it is though, you know, it's putting pressure on the situation. Like the one thing I don't like though is the timing. Why you ain't say this before contract season? Maybe he would have corrected it. Maybe he would have been like, well, okay, I'm gonna show you, Jesse Holly. You know what I'm saying? Why you ain't saying this stuff before time, before now? You know what I'm saying? Maybe if you would have said this in the beginning of the season, it would have helped the season. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? So when we talk about it now, it's like, you know, you seem like a hired gun. You know what I'm saying? You Jeffrey. You Jeffrey out the New Bel Air. You know what I'm saying? You just a hitman for the people, look like to me. You know what I'm saying? You getting the business, you getting the job handled. It seems like you a hired gun at this point right now. Because you're in the building and you're getting a check with the star on there. So, hey, you might be able to say something like that for some people that's higher than you. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. But I'll say this, the timing is questionable, but I don't think he's necessarily lying. I ain't gonna say he lying, but at the same time, my antennas is up from the timing. Right. Because I wish he would have been said this. It probably could have helped us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because listen, and another thing I want to throw about the timing, he did wait till nobody that's a player was in the building to say some shit like that. I'm just gonna throw that. What now? He waited till nobody as a player was in the building anymore to say some shit like that.
Oh, so everybody gone. So now
they gone.
Now he's signing off.
Yeah, you know, like ain't nobody there. Like he ain't got to see Micah Parsons again until September.
That's the one we met, right?
No, we met Isaiah Stombaugh.
Oh, Stanback. Yeah, okay. I be getting them too confused all the time.
Oh, so you see what everybody be saying about these twins?
But
like
nah, they the
every
same,
black dude with dread.
No, they the same skin tone too, though. They both brown skin. Like we don't even, you know, man, they just crazy.
We don't even look like cousins.
Like not at all. But yeah, I ain't mad at it though, man. But it could be a smear campaign. It could be a smear campaign going at Micah right now.
I mean, listen, B Bird, he might not be doing it intentionally, right? He might not have anything to do with the machine that is the Dallas Cowboys and their propaganda campaign. He might really feel this way. He might really just be speaking his truth and standing on it, right? But at the same time, because of the track record of the front office, because they've done this before, with every star player that is coming up for a contract, it makes you believe that this is the next progression in that pattern. If the Dallas Cowboys did good business all the time, this thought process would not have came across my frontal lobe at all. But because the Dallas Cowboys have a track record and a history of publicly throwing players under the bus during contract negotiations, that's why I believe the timing got us feeling that way. The timing got us feeling this way.
Let me know if this is a trickle down effect though. Let me know if this is a snowball effect. If it starts like everywhere you turn is somebody talking about Micah, that's gonna let me know everything. Mm-hmm. Everywhere you turn, somebody got something negative to say about Micah. That right there let me know it's higher gun season. You know what I'm saying? It's higher gun season. And look, that's the same dude. When Micah first got here, they was praising Micah. Oh man, Micah, you know, he just jumps off the page. It's like, oh, day one, can't nobody block him. And I remember him saying this stuff. So he went saying that then. That's all I'm saying. That's pretty peculiar. And of course, like that was when he first got here. But we 3 seasons in now?
Mm-hmm.
We going to the 4th season, right?
Yep, he's eligible for that contract extension.
You going into the 4th season, and now you saying stuff like this? What happened in the 2nd season? Because he was a leader. He was a leader in the 2nd season. He was a leader in the 3rd season. So we could have had that type of conversation back then. Now you wouldn't expect that from a rookie, Micah Parsons, but once he got in and showed who he was, now it's time to give him that proper criticism.
I said his performance. And that's another thing that I was talking to West about, right? Because it's easy to get off on the Dallas Cowboys right now because nobody's happy with them. Like
they deserve criticism.
They deserve criticism. But at the same time, if you wanted to run a smear campaign, you definitely need to run it when morale and belief in those players are at their lowest. Like everybody in the world is mad at the Dallas Cowboys. People that hate the Dallas Cowboys are mad at the Dallas Cowboys. Like, damn, dog, are you gonna do better than that?
I told you, my haters, my Cowboy haters told me they expected better from us. That was sad right now.
Man.
They told me they literally expected better from us, and we didn't deliver.
Right. So that's what I'm saying.
Sad.
Like, criticism is fine. If you want to say that Micah Parsons did not show up in the playoff game, that is a different discussion than saying that he does not work hard. Saying you're questioning the man's integrity at that point.
Yeah.
And that's different than saying, hey, they didn't show up in the postseason, hold them accountable for playing like shit and making us look bad as a fandom. And that's different from saying he don't work hard. That's different from saying, hey, he's not really a locker room leader like that. He's super selfish. That's hard. That's even if it's true. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't attack that man's character like that, especially when you could have said it when the man was there.
Yeah, exactly though. Like B Bird said, if they were still in the playoff, this wouldn't be brought up. Exactly. But we know typically this right here, man, it's controversial, but it gotta be said. Like, when we see these black players doing multiple things, there's always an issue. Like, I'm not a fan of his podcast, but I'm gonna just say I do see other players doing things extra and nobody says anything.
Amon-Ra St. Brown has a podcast and he's playing in the NFC Championship game.
I'm talking about Cole Beasley was a rapper for the Cowboys and nobody said nothing. They just like, he rap.
They promoted the album.
Yeah, so like that's what I'm saying. When you see Boss Man rapping, you know, he's a bad example, but they gave him all kind of smoke for that. Then you see Michael with the podcast. Nah, it's just a big problem. But like, I don't want to be that guy to say you can't do nothing else. You know what I'm saying? But maybe it's a way you can present it to where it's not so out in the open or something. You know what I'm saying? So he's trying to be a media person too. That's not gonna work for you, in my opinion, because he's a big star already. But I think he should just stick to Cowboy business, man. That's what I think he should have did. You know what I'm saying? Instead of talking about everybody in the NFL and giving all these compliments and doing all of this stuff, I think he should have just stuck to Cowboy business. Like, just answer questions about yourself and talk about the Cowboys and your team. That's what I wish he would have did.
Man. I know that. Hey, I agree with that. He said he did resist Quinn calling him a linebacker. Why does it matter what Quinn calls you? The money, the atmosphere that Jerry Jones has said, and it keeps coming back to the front office, and that's why I keep trying to bring it full circle. We're mad at the players. We've changed players. We've had 28 renditions of the Dallas Cowboys since we won our last Super Bowl. Micah Parsons was not here. Dak Prescott was not here. Tony Romo was not here. All these great names of these good players that we had over the years were not here the last time that we won a championship.
And ain't none of it working.
But Jerry Jones' ass was here, and that's the issue. Jerry Jones is the one that signed the checks. Jerry Jones is the one that would have had Micah Parsons get 15 sacks and then try to pay him like a linebacker if Micah Parsons didn't push back on it.
Bro, look,
he's the one that created
science. This is normal science. What's the one constant?
Jerry Jones.
What's the one constant out of this whole equation? That's how you do experiments. You know what I'm saying? You take the variables away. What's the one constant in this equation? The Joneses.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that's been here throughout the whole 28. And like we said, me and HTM had a discussion on the phone and came up with that. 2 GMs since 1960.
Yep.
That tells you everything you need to know.
In the entire existence of your organization, you've only had 2 general managers. One of them was the damn owner. So yeah, I digress.
What, that's 64 years? God damn.
However long the Dallas Cowboys have been a franchise.
Man, that's long, bro. That's long. That's double my lifespan almost.
Man.
Wow.
But that's the point. Like, Micah Parsons knew that they would try to play on his top if he did not get the edge rusher badge. If he was not considered a edge rusher, the money is way too different for to just let it play out and leave that shit in Jerry Jones' hands. It's $20 million, the highest paid linebacker. $35 million is the highest paid pass rusher. So that's damn near a $20 million difference.
Big difference.
And when you're talking about a dude that got children, trying to build for a future, have generational wealth, and not get bent over, that's like going to a job and everybody makes $20 an hour except for you. They're gonna try to pay your ass 10. You wouldn't feel good about that, would you?
That's a good question, Richburg. With Jared, since Jared don't care nothing about nothing but fame and publicity and numbers, Jared would be happy with his podcast then, right?
He has to stop it. He's the general manager.
I don't think he can necessarily stop it, but
he definitely could have a conversation with his.
I mean, he can have a conversation, but he's still a man. He got rights. Like, he can have his own podcast if he want. You know what I'm saying?
Are you sure? Because there's some things on teams, like you can't be a certain weight for the Dallas Cowboys without getting fined. So that's
got something to do with your physique. This is after hours. You know what I'm saying?
You could find players for conduct detrimental to the team in your own team bylaws.
Well, now you could look. You can do whatever you want. Yeah, you can spin it to however you want. Now you're right. You know,
yeah. I'm not saying that it's constitutional or right, but I'm saying like if they really wanted to stop Micah Parsons from doing this podcast,
they can figure it out.
They can figure it out.
Yeah, they can find a way to spin it to how they want to fit the narrative, though. They can. It's almost like the law. You know, they can make the law do whatever they want it to do at times. Excuse me, you already know that. But
I was just gonna say this real quick before I let you go. Do you think that Bill Belichick would allow him to have a podcast? Like that would have, like, he would have found a way to make sure that Micah Parsons was not talking.
It's a different time, though. You know, I don't think, like, bro, these players got freedom these days, though, bro.
Why you make them sound like house niggas?
No, I mean,
they got freedom.
Hey, I'm saying way more freedom than the typical football. That's what I mean. I'm not saying that they runaway slaves. I'm not saying they might be. At this point, they real close. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, Corey hit you with a 5-piece. He said, I've been watching Cowboys since I was elementary school in the 80s. What they doing now is worse. I've seen it. Shit.
Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. But Yeah, Corey. He said it's worse than since then. But look, when we bring up the two GMs in 64 years, let me know if my math right. 63, 64.
It's too damn long. It's over
Okay. if we bring up the two GMs in that time, some people push back and be like, well, they won championships in that time and they got this and that. But bro, come on, man. It's been 28 years. Like you gotta move on after a while. So he's saying it done got worse. Like you could be a prominent, dominant, great, prestige organization at this time. And then when new management and new people and all of that come in, you start going down. You know what I'm saying? It happens. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the changes that we made or the lack thereof has been a detriment to this team.
I believe so as well. But listen, even when we won championships, like you saw, there was a big ass gap in between when we won championships in the 70s until when we got back to prominence in the 90s. Yeah. Right? It wasn't like everything was just hunky dory. We didn't win in the 60s. We won in the 70s. We didn't win in the 80s, and then we won our first title in like 91. There were still gaps, and it took change. It took changing GMs, the changing of the guard, Jerry Jones taking over for us to get back to prominence. So we might need that again to get another GM in here that got fresh ideas.
Fresh eyes.
Yeah, fresh eyes that has a better working relationship with other owners and stuff. There are owners in the league that flat out just do not like Jerry Jones at this point and do not like doing business with him.
That boy said we got accountability in what happened this season. Well, Jerry said that.
Who said Jerry?
He said that in his statement. Where? Who's accountable for this?
Man,
who got in trouble? Who got a reprimand for this? You know what I'm saying?
He said in the day, coach didn't want players to interview certain players only. I mean, yeah, but you got to think about it. Yeah, you know, and that's one thing that people that other content creators have pointed out about the Dallas Cowboys. We're Hollywood. 53 people on the roster. That's 53 brands. Like everybody is their own little star when they come to Dallas. Everybody is their own little star when they come to Dallas. I see you say that Jerry secretly hates.
Hey, he might be on to something. Hey, I like a good conspiracy, boy. Says secretly Jerry hates the Cowboys. He just want us to suffer. He just want the money.
You never know. You never know. And there's stranger things between heaven and hell, so you never know.
Hey. Strange things.
Accountability means you lose something if you don't. And that's the thing. How can you be the GM and be held accountable when you're also the owner?
Put that up there for me, man. Because B-Bird be cooking low-key. Not low-key, high-key at this point. B-Bird be cooking everywhere. Accountability means you lose something if you don't do your job. Now, who in the world does that describe on the Dallas Cowboys right now?
Nobody.
Who does that describe? Nobody fits that description in our organization or the coaching staff, players. I ain't too opposed to letting some of these players go. Like somebody got to pay. Like you see what I'm saying? Like y'all don't understand the message that sends. It's almost like how they tell you to do if you ever have to go to prison. You know what I'm saying? I've never been to prison, but you know what I mean? Like they say when you go in there, you gotta the first dude try something, you gotta go and tighten him up. Like, you know what I mean? So nobody else won't try you. You know, you made an example out of them. You look, if you don't do that, you'll be getting messed with for the whole time. So you might need somebody to come in here and be like, okay, you a good player, but I don't like how you operate and you're undisciplined, whatever you know what I'm saying, whatever the reasoning is. And just get rid of his ass. That'll set an example. That'll be like, damn, they coming like this. You know what I'm saying? We gotta tighten up.
Do you want to know the truth?
What?
Even Jimmy Johnson didn't cut his good players. He just cut the people that were scrubs and made examples out of them. There was the fear it could happen to the good players, but he only ever cut scrubs.
I ain't saying cut no good players now. That's just crazy. But I'm saying, what if it's too egregious though? Shit, Belichick sat his good players. He'll bench their ass. We need to do that then. You ain't gotta cut them, bench somebody.
I don't mind. Listen, I don't mind benching. Because remember, that's performance based.
Who the last person we benched, bro? We groundbreaking today. We cracking this code. We gonna crack this code, Cowboy Nation. We gonna do it. We determined. Who was the last player we benched?
Cooper Rush.
Man, that don't count. Who was the last person that had a starting role? And we was just like, well, maybe you could say Deuce. He went starting though.
I was gonna say Kelvin Joseph. They tried that shit and he instantly went back to the bench.
Kelvin Joseph, well, he was playing by necessity though. It got to a point where we needed a DB, right? I'm talking about somebody who had a position, and then we like, hey man, sit down.
Maybe
okay, Gallup might be.
I don't even know if that counts.
I don't know if Gallup count either. Somebody said Zeke. I can't say Zeke.
Yeah, because they never fully
didn't bench Zeke.
They never fully gave Tony Pollard the starting role when he was here.
The point is, I feel like they don't do it often enough. We can say that. I think we can agree to that. Somebody said Collins. He was hurt though, wasn't it?
Who?
Now we gave Terrence Steele the job, and then Collins left.
No, we put Collins back in the starting role when he came back. That's why we were complaining during the playoff game 2021. He was getting baptized against the 49ers. A lot of folks said that Terrence Steele should have kept the job. Then they let him walk the next year. He signed with the Bengals. Remember, Terrence Steele didn't start starting until the 2022 season.
So he really didn't get benched.
He didn't get benched. La'el Collins got hurt. They let him come back and get his job back.
Somebody said Amari. What y'all talking about, a game? See, a benching ain't gotta be forever either. Like, bro, I don't like the way you doing it. Nah, that's out of necessity too.
No, it wasn't. He was healthy.
He became healthy.
He became
after
healthy
a whole season.
and he was ready. He was good to go after the Steelers game. We just never put him back in, remember?
But okay, look, maybe it's some cases that we can make for benching. But we can understand we don't have a benching culture here. We don't. And some of them players probably shouldn't have been playing. Like, you know what I'm saying? They should have been playing anyway. What my case was, I'm talking about a benching that makes a statement. Belichick did this. Belichick benched one of his players in like the playoffs or something. Belichick crazy. That's why we needed Belichick in here, bro. We really did. And y'all know I rock with Big Mike, but I told you we needed a hostile takeover. And it don't look like we're going to get one.
They said Coop in the New England game. I guess so. I don't know. Yeah, I guess that's close enough. I can't recall the particulars of that game.
Will we be able to say this then? Okay, since we've been picking little small instances that might be legitimate, do we have a benching culture? Do we got a stern enough culture to say, hey, you don't play in the Cowboys, they'll sit you down? That's what we need. That's accountability right there, though. If we can't have accountability in the front office, man, listen, this is just how we got to do it, y'all. It look like the players going to have to get the bad end of the stick. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have to get the short end. Look, we can't do nothing about the ownership. So if the ownership ain't going to have accountability, where in the hell we going to get accountability in this whole organization?
You are not.
It got to be coaching or players. Them the only ones who we can hold accountable.
Everybody agrees that we do not bench money.
We don't have a bench. We don't have a benching culture here. And we need one. That's why, look, y'all know Slam, my guy. When his ass keep going outside, hey, man, come sit by me. Right here.
You gonna have to talk about this shit for a little bit.
Dante Fowler, you keep going outside, hey, come sit right here by me. Now, I ain't gonna do nothing about my boy, though. Tyler Smith, if you get 5 holding calls in one game, sit right here. Tyler Smith be going in, bro. I think his call, I might have to do some research on his holding calls, because how many he had? He probably had about 15 of them things. But he still was an all-pro. That let you know the refs was working against us.
He a real one, man.
The refs were working against us, man. Because you can't. I know he got at least about 7, 8, maybe 10 holding calls this year.
Let me look, because you done piqued my interest now.
He got at least about 10. I wouldn't be surprised.
Let me see how many penalties he had. That motherfucker had 13.
Man, look, and this just off of me watching the game, bro. This ain't even about me. I ain't did no research on that. I just know he get them a lot. You know what I'm saying? So
and 13 accepted. Right, there was a possibility he was holding on a play. There was an incompletion. They just waved it off. Like,
I might have to go look them up, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I might have to go look them up.
They benched Tolbert for being offsides, and that's about the most.
And he wasn't even really playing anyway. That ain't no real benching. You can't bench a spot player. He already on the bench. Mm-hmm. He got his own spot on the bench right now. Y'all know what I mean. But we need to bench more then. Let's say that. We need to bench more. Some of these people need to go sit down if they doing some undisciplined stuff. And like I said, it sucks, but that's the only way we can find some discipline in this business. In Cowboy land, that's the only way we can have some accountability. We can't fire no damn coaches. They can. You know what I'm saying? Whether we want them to or not, they can fire a coach. But the GM and the ownership has no accountability. I wish you can vote your ownership out. Because it's somebody who about it. It's somebody who about the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? I wish after like 10, 20 years, they be like, hey, bro. Hey, the fans got to vote you back in. You know what I'm saying? Like an election or some shit. We need to do that.
He said Sam Williams had 8 penalties and don't start. That's horrible.
That's terrible.
And it might have only been 6 holding, but he had 13 penalties overall. That includes like false starts and other shit. Clipping. He just had 13 penalties altogether, according to PFF.
That's far too many.
He said Mike ain't no Jimmy. No, but that's the thing though. Mike is a Super Bowl winning head coach. And that's my issue. It seems like once people get to Dallas is when shit goes left. And then when people leave Dallas, they're successful.
It goes right.
Like, remember, we had Javarius Ward on. We had him as an undrafted free agent. Gave him away for nothing. He went on to be an All-Pro and a Super Bowl champion. Like, we seen DeMarcus Ware go and immediately start competing for championships. Won a championship with the Broncos. We seen Hitchens leave, get a championship with the Kansas City Chiefs. Seen Damian Wilson leave, get a championship with the Kansas City Chiefs. Hell, even the dude that we drafted, the cornerback from LSU, what was his name?
Bosman.
No, we drafted him in the first round, back in the gap.
Morris Claiborne. Even he left and got a Super Bowl ring. Cheeto Bad Woozie left and went to a Super Bowl as a starter. So, like, everybody that leaves Dallas just have the best life. They be outside having fun. I told y'all, though, I don't think nobody can meet force with the Joneses, y'all. We gotta realize and understand what we dealing with here. Like, do y'all really think the Joneses are high they number one opposition? It's not gonna happen. You gotta be slick and underhanded. That's the way you operate against the Joneses. They're not finna bring in somebody who gonna challenge every single thing they say. It's sad, but it's the truth.
Kenny too. Randy Gregory. So there's a bunch of people that lead Dallas.
Do you think that? You think the Jones finna bring in somebody in here that's finna argue about every single thing they say?
We all heard what Brian Browder said. They like to be comfortable.
They comfortable. They don't want no change.
They don't want anybody that's going to push them or address them or not let them draft the way they want to draft or build.
So that's why I throw Mike McCarthy a bone, bro, because he gotta be underhanded. Like, he had to start off, yes sir. Then once he got in there, he like, shit, hey, I don't like this. He doing little stuff. At least Mike stood up for himself, because I done seen coaches come in here and then even stand up for themselves at all. Mike told y'all, hey, I don't do this stuff Kellen Moore do. I don't like that option stuff. Like, he said, I don't like it. I'm not a part of it. That man made sure he was separated from Kellen Moore offense. On my life, he did. He stood up for himself. That man said, I don't even know the language. He wants y'all to know, like, I'm not associated with this offense at all. So this is what I'm telling y'all. How do y'all want Mike McCarthy to be this dominant force with force coach when that's not going to be acceptable over there? It's not going to be acceptable in the Joneses facility at all. Like, you will be fired.
Corey Vaughn hit you with a 5-piece. Says Jerry Jones is J.R. Ewing at nobody following with him. Man.
Julius,
what's up with you, Michael?
You talking about Julius Irvin?
J.R. Ewing.
I don't know who J.R. Ewing is. Maybe that's before our time.
It's a fictional character.
Okay.
From Dallas. The main dude from the show Dallas.
Oh, I ain't never watched that.
Gap. I didn't watch it either, but it was popular back in the day.
Okay. Appreciate your support though. But I'm trying to see what we were just saying. Dang.
We were talking about Jerry Jones not being like that.
Yeah, you can't meet force with them. So why would we blame Mike McCarthy for not doing it? He wouldn't have been the coach. He wouldn't have been the coach, y'all. Yeah, we is young, Core. He ain't younger than me. Even though, you know, he's a granddad and stuff.
It be like that.
I ain't made it to that milestone yet.
It be like that too.
I might have to check with my son first before I say that.
I know, right? They pop in on you like, here. Like, damn,
you're a granddad now.
You ain't tell me you were pregnant.
Congratulations, granddad. Like what?
You know, you supposed to tell them before we get here. You can buy diapers and basket nets and shit. They gonna bring you the baby. Like,
hey, he's still young, so I hope I still got some time. I hope.
He said JR was ruthless, man.
But y'all see what we saying though? Like, I'm telling y'all, it's hard. You can't have it both ways. You can't blame a coach for not being this dominant figure when the Cowboys won't allow that dominant figure, that said dominant figure. It won't happen. It won't happen. They won't hire their number one op. You just heard what Brian Broderick said. We let them draft. We let them do everything else. They're not finna let nobody come in here talking about, I gotta have this, I gotta have that. I think the main reason we got Schoonmaker is because of that situation. No lie. I think Mike McCarthy said, hey, I'm drafting some goddamn body. I'm telling you straight up. I think Mike McCarthy was like, look, y'all got all this, y'all do all that. Will McClay, you got your four. Dan Quinn, I'm finna pick somebody right here. Okay?
What top 2 pick?
It's my turn. And Mike McCarthy said it's my turn. And it felt like that too, bro. It really did, right? It felt like a forced effort to me. No lie. It felt like a forced effort. It felt like Mike was like, hey, it's my turn, and I'm just finna take somebody right now. You know what I'm saying?
You should have slipped him our draft notes then. We would have had Tank Dale instead of the tight end.
I don't know what Mike can't see past tight end look like. He talking about he want to get somebody blocking and stuff, I guess. I don't know. Inline tight end, because that's what Schoen is.
Man.
It looked like he said, bro, it's my turn, and I'm finna select somebody. I don't care what you say.
I'm reclaiming my time.
Yep.
Cuz came in that mug, and he was passionate about getting him a damn player.
He had to get somebody, bro. He had to get somebody, because that's what I'm saying. You think about it, Brian Broderick just told you. They do the drafting. Brian Broderick said they do the drafting. They probably asked Will McClay, hey, what this is, Will McClay? And then they do what they do.
More than likely.
Bird just hit you with a $5.
He said they won't hire an alpha coach. It's because if he wins a Super Bowl, then he will get the credit, and that's what the Joneses are all about. Man, that's why they had to find out with Jimmy Johnson.
Exactly. That's what's holding the Cowboys back right there. That's it. We know, look, we're not gonna sit up here and say that they don't want to win. They want to win their way. But to me, it still circles back to how bad do you want to win? You know what I'm saying? Think about that. Because obviously your way is going to take longer if it even happens.
If it even happens.
So do you want to win? Do you want to win more than do you want to get the credit? No, that's the question. They don't want to win more than they want the credit. That's the battle right there. Winning versus credit.
Because listen, they already done won. They already done won and made a bunch of money. Now, if they win doing it their way, it's just a plus. And Revelation journalist says, do y'all think the Joneses will Dez Bryant Dak off their property because his contract is not guaranteed in his last year? No, because the dead money is a motherfucker. The way that they actually went out there and composed his contract, meaning that you're still going to be paying Dak Prescott in 2025, whether he's on the team or not. Because there's actually a cap hit of over $36 million for Dak Prescott in the 2025 season. So you owe him $59.4 in 2024, and you also have another cap number for him of $36.4 in 2025, and a dead cap hit of $11 million for Dak Prescott in 2026. Because remember, you put the void of years on the back of the contract so that you could ease it on out. Remember, Dak Prescott is a $40 million a year quarterback that has never gotten $40 million a year. First year of that contract, he made 17. Second year was like 19. This year, he made like 23, 24, 25.
Time out. That means against the cap, right? Because he's still making the money, right?
In the end, he'll make the money. Remember, that's why that's why he's owed $59.4 million in one damn lump sum.
So he's not actually losing no money. He's just lowering the cap hit from year to year.
Yeah,
they kicking the money down the road.
Yeah,
they're gonna still have to pay eventually.
Exactly. Yeah. They just kick the money down the road. And Joseph, you actually will owe Dak Prescott more money if you cut him with the way that the stuff is set up. So let me show y'all what I'm talking about. Because remember, I'm not opposed to getting rid of Dak Prescott, and I'm not opposed to keeping Dak Prescott. Whatever we can actually do, I don't care. I just want to build a competent team. Right. But the way that the cap is set up, we will probably not be able to build a competent team by getting rid of Dak Prescott. Because remember, the last time the Dallas Cowboys paid for a quarterback that was not on the team was Tony Romo, and the Dallas Cowboys did not go out and add any premier players in free agency. They actually took away Dez Bryant. They actually made roster moves to diminish the team in that time frame. So let me pull this Dak Prescott contract up so I can show y'all what I'm talking about. And we will actually go more in depth with this when we do the salary cap show. But just because y'all were very interested in the shit, I thought I'd go ahead and touch on it real quick. So boom, I'm finna go ahead and share the screen. 9 times out of 10, Trey Lance is not going to get a shot with the Dallas Cowboys. I go ahead and tell you that now. Unless Dak Prescott gets hurt, I don't see Trey Lance getting a shot because I see Dak Prescott getting that contract extension. And we also know once somebody is paid, they're going to play. So boom. So remember, this is Dak Prescott's current contract. Signed it in the 2021 offseason. 2021 only cost $17.2 million against the cap. 2022 only cost $19.7 million against the cap. 2023, this year, he only cost $26.8 against the cap. So still not even making $40 million. $40 million a year quarterback has not made $40 million out of the contract yet. This year is going to be the big ass lump sum, $59.4 million. If you were to cut Dak Prescott, you'll be on the hook for the 61.9.
This is why he was willing to negotiate out them years. Like, yeah, okay. Yeah, kick it down the road. We good. We'll figure it out later on. Then they come to him again. Yeah, hey, no problem. Kick it down the road. We good. Now, the dead money and the money that they owe him is so great that they almost forced to do a contract now.
Right, because even if you cut him post June 1st, you still will have $25.4 million in dead money, another $25.4 million in dead money, and then another $11 million in dead money. And that's over the course of 3 years. So we all know that they're too damn cheap to eat his cap hit to eat his damn cap hit, and then keep on going. Because remember, they added voided years. So remember, if you let Dak Prescott walk, right? If you let his contract expire, you still have a cap number of 36.4 for the 2025 season. So Dak Prescott can freely sign with another team in 2025, and you'll still be up against the cap $37 million for a quarterback that walked off into the sunset. So that's why we're saying you got to go ahead and figure something out. If you're going to trade him, do it now. But listen, even trading him doesn't make sense. Let's say for argument's sake, let's say Dak Prescott said fuck the Dallas Cowboys and he did not want to be a Dallas Cowboy no more. Why would he then get himself traded to a team that he could just wait and sign with the next year without them losing any pieces that they could build around him with? Why would he get traded somewhere they lose their first round picks and they can't build around him? If he's really done with the Cowboys, he can just sit his ass in Dallas, regardless of what happens, get paid this year, have a dead cap hit the next year, sign with that same team he was interested in, and then they can use their first round picks to build around him and use that cap space to build around him, and he'd be able to compete where he goes to. Why would he do the Dallas Cowboys any favors in getting traded somewhere if he was really done with them, right? So even trading him doesn't make any sense because Dak Prescott probably wouldn't do it that way. Yeah, Dak Prescott got them boys, he got their balls in a kung fu death grip. Like he just grabbed them bitches. Yeah, it's over with.
It's bad business over there, man. It's bad business. Hey, that's what happens when you take too long to sign guys and you just let the quarterback market blow up and inflate and never do nothing, and you are reactive instead of proactive. This is what happens when you sit up and let this happen. You know what I'm saying? We've been supposed to give them boys exactly what we supposed to, got ahead of the quarterback market, and we failed to do so. We just set up and let the market pass us by, just like we do all the other free agents. Man, that's free agency too.
I agree with that.
Signing your people is free agency too. And you just set up and let the whole free agency market pass us by. They act snobby during the free agency, and we need to act snobby with our support. That's what the Cowboys act like they too good for a free agent.
Man.
They like, Bobby Wagner, I'm good. We good.
They good on that. They foolhardy. That's a stupid thing. And he said Dak to the Saints. Dak, he from Louisiana, so I'm sure they would love him, right? But Dak would not get traded to the Saints. He'll just go sign there next year, and he can go sign there. He ain't got to worry about not having Chris Olave. He'll know he'll have Chris Olave. He'll know that he'll have Michael Thomas, and he'll know he'll have those tight ends in that defense and their picks. So he wouldn't do anything. All he got to do is wait it out. Cuz said,
no, man, Neil in the building.
Oh, he said, all you Dak fans, if you love Dak so much, let him go somewhere that he could actually win a Super Bowl.
Yep.
I mean, that is true. Like, he'll probably win a Super Bowl somewhere else before he wins in Dallas.
That's what I'm saying, man. I'm not saying he's not capable. I really feel like he could. I believe in him. But I just don't know if he's able to do it in Dallas. It's harder here. Let's say this. The level of difficulty might be a 10 in Dallas, and everywhere else it might be about a 6.5, 7.
With the team, yeah. Well, listen, with some of the rosters that we done had, it should be like a 5 somewhere else.
Yeah, maybe so. I'm just saying, like, the level of difficulty with this toxic environment that we done built, all the pressure and all the fame and the criticism and everything that comes with being a Cowboy, that's what raised the level of difficulty. So, yeah, it's harder here, bro. It's harder in Dallas.
I agree. Let me see. It said, what's up, gents? I'm in the gym getting my slap hand stronger. I warmed up slapping 429 Eagles fans before lifting and checking in. That's my boy right there, man. Shout out to my brother Numbhand Neil.
He going crazy over there. He getting the pimp hand stronger. Ooh-wee.
He said Atlanta would take Dak. There's a bunch of teams that would take Dak.
A lot of teams will take Dak right now.
It's a lot of teams.
Because some people feel the way we feel. Some of them GMs feel the way we feel. They like, oh, it's just Dallas. It ain't Dak, it's Dallas. That's why he ain't winning.
It's the same thing with a fine woman that just had a bad relationship. Like maybe it was that nigga. Like I can get it right with her. I'll try it with her.
You know what I'm saying? Let me get my shot. You know what I'm saying?
Like he didn't know what he was doing. He didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah. Let me take the wheel. But yeah, man. A lot of these other organizations probably looking at it like, man, that's just Dallas. They don't know what they're doing over there. Let us get Dak Prescott. I told you, if Dak would have went, man, if Dak was the quarterback of the 49ers, them boy probably be back-to-back champs, maybe 3-time champs right now.
Mm-hmm.
How many times they been in the NFC Championship?
Too many, for my liking.
Man, and they wouldn't be playing hero ball with Dak. They'll just be like, hey, make some throws sometimes. They still wouldn't do the hero ball because they system so good. You know what I'm saying? They'll be like, hey, make the throws when we need them.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. Because listen, they got everything that we asked them. They got linebackers that play at an elite level. They can stop the run. They can cover. They got a good run game. They got weapons all around. Like Dak Prescott would have worked well over there. Ken Folks said his dad is a Bucs fan and he's hoping that they get Dak. I seen a dude that's still a fan was hoping that they get Dak Prescott if anything goes Ari.
I know they do.
Because Kenny Pickett, they talk about Dak. Kenny Pickett really ain't it.
That boy terrible.
Right? He said, should we give a fuck about Dan Quinn returning, bro? I don't want that. I
don't want that. I'm sick of that modernized style defense he try to run. I'm sick of that. Let's get back to traditional big boy football. Get you some big, strong, crazy dudes out here that's ready to knock somebody's head off. That's what I want. You know what I'm saying? I want to get back to the core of football, the nasty football. I told you, bro. That might be one of our problems too, bro. It ain't nothing pretty about football, bro. You just be clean on game day. Other than that, it's a nasty, dirty game, right? Mm-hmm. If you've been to football practice before, bro, it ain't nothing cute about football practice, man. Not in my hood, not in my school. It was nothing pretty about football, bro. You might not even be able to merge the two. We got this glamorous style of football. Like, that might be the problem in Dallas. For real, that might be one of them. Football is not a pretty, nice, cute, you know what I'm saying, flashy, flamboyant sport. It is nasty and it's crazy and it's physical. And you know what I'm saying? It's none of those glamorous verbs you should use when you're talking about football like that.
He said defense is far from modern. LandLord, stopping my guy. I mean, shit, he out there, he talk about them running those hybrid safety looks and shit.
Yeah, I'm talking about Dan Quinn trying to reinvent the wheel, Marcus.
I want to say Green Bay, this is from Todd Archer. This is happening while we're talking. Green Bay, the Los Angeles Rams, and the Atlanta Falcons have sought permission to speak to Cowboys defensive line coach Aiden Durde. Per multiple sources, he has been with the team since 2021, having spent 5 years with Dan Quinn in Atlanta, where he also worked with new coach Raheem Morris.
So what happened again?
We might lose our defensive line coach.
Oh, okay.
The
Aiden Durde?
Yeah, I guess they're looking at him for their defensive coordinator positions.
Who?
Atlanta, Green Bay, and Los Angeles Rams are looking at him to be a DC.
I kind of like Aiden Durde too, but our defensive line ain't really been hitting on that anyway, though.
I mean, can we really say that when
we got sacks?
I mean, listen.
They ain't stopping the run.
They ain't stopping. They ain't got nothing to do with them. That's linebacker play.
Them boys weren't doing that either.
That's linebacker play.
Brother lineman was getting their carry back there too.
Hold on.
It was Hank.
DeMarcus Ware is one of the highest rated run stoppers in the National Football League.
DeMarcus Lawrence.
I thought it was DeMarcus Ware for me. DeMarcus Lawrence, one of the highest rated run stoppers in the National Football League.
Are you gonna count that towards Aiden Dirty, bro? D-Law been like that.
You got to give credit to the coach position. If he took a step back, we'll be blaming the coach, will we not?
Well, true. I don't argue to win arguments. I argue to,
for understanding.
Have a good discussion, figure this shit out.
And that's where I'm at with it. I'm not saying that he's the reason that DeMarcus Lawrence is DeMarcus Lawrence. Yeah. But DeMarcus Lawrence has stayed DeMarcus Lawrence with the shit that they got going. We've seen improvement from Osa Odigizua. We've even seen some improvement from Neville Gallimore, we're being honest. He just don't play enough no more.
To be honest, Osa kind of disappeared for me.
He played good at the beginning, and then
I ain't really seen Osa in a minute, bro.
Hey,
what the hell Osa been, man?
Man, I don't know.
That could be crazy, bro. I'm gonna have to go do some research on that, bro.
The only person
it's like Osa been gone for a while, bro. I don't even remember saying Osa's name for a long time.
He started getting sacks. That's what it was.
Man, I ain't seen Osa in so long, man. I don't know, bro. That just might just be me. These are LandLord sentiments only. Like, yeah, I just don't recall saying Osa Odigizua name for a long time. That's all I'm gonna say.
Man, hold on. You up here slandering the Osa.
I'm not slandering. I'm just being honest. I'm trying to remember.
Chill,
I'm trying to remember. I'm just trying to remember, man. Somebody let me know. Help me out.
All right, let me see his stats.
I ain't seen Osa in so long, boy.
Man, hold on. He just had I ain't gonna say just. He had a 7-tackle game against Washington with a quarterback hit.
Well, that's gangster right though.
He finished the season with 8 tackles on the in the last 2 games. So he had 4 tackles against Detroit, 4 tackles against Washington, 3 quarterback hits in those games, 5 hurries in those games. And he did good. He graded out.
My bad. Then.
I mean, his name was being said a lot earlier. He was getting sacks. It looked like he was finna have an Aaron Donald last season the way he came out this motherfucker.
Yeah,
because he had 3 sacks in the first 2 games. He never got another sack the rest of the season.
Y'all know I don't be going off of stats all the time. I be going off my recollection of the game, and then I check the stats and see like how close I am. You know what I'm saying? Unless I come with a presentation like, okay, these are the stats. This is what I see. But I'm just thinking like it seemed like he got pretty quiet, or maybe he had a down middle part of the year or something like that. I don't know.
Let's take a look, because remember, you really can't judge a defensive tackle off of like stats.
True.
There's really a lot of
you gotta really just watch them though, being honest.
Yeah,
I gotta do my research on Osa, bro. I ain't gonna put it out there. I'm just going off my memory. I ain't heard from him. It feel like I ain't heard from him. But hey, I'm gonna do more research. Cause he ain't stopping you from getting no defensive lineman though.
Nobody stopped me from getting another defensive lineman.
Yeah, I'd go trade for any of these dudes on the market.
Man, Big Hank ain't stopped me from getting another defensive lineman. What the fuck you mean?
He
everybody. Like, man, DJ Reader, free agent. Rank is a free agent. There's a bunch of good interior defensive linemen. Also, Marcus Hatterson hit you with a 5-piece. He said the Dallas Cowboys as an organization equals champagne over championships, equal propaganda over progress.
Yikes. That's the poetic Marquise Hardiston, man. He's a goat with that. Yeah, the snout. Yeah. He a goat with that. That's hard, bro. Champagne over championships. That's exactly what I just said, bro. Maybe we can't blend this beautiful stuff with football, bro. What? Have it ever been done? Who else got all this opulence and being successful in football?
Nobody.
You looked concerned over there. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I was trying to see what the hell my wonderful wife wanted. Usually when she hit me in the middle of the day when she at work, she wants.
It's concerning. Oh,
okay. Nah. If you're listening out there, I love you, baby. Okay. See, somebody else wanted something. Okay. It's all good.
Yeah, but have anybody else had all this opulence and been successful in football? Bro, football to me, all this beautiful stuff wouldn't be something I describe football as, bro. And it might just don't blend, bro. We the one that tried to have all this spectacular stuff. Well, the Rams had an opulent They had an opulent stadium when they won. That's just the stadium, though.
Yeah. Nobody gives a damn about the Rams, though. They're in LA, the media capital of the world, and nobody cares about the Rams.
They talking about the Lakers. They talking about everybody else but them.
Exactly. They can focus on actual. Yeah, they can focus on actual football in LA. All they got to worry about is football.
Jared Goff is like a D-list celebrity in LA.
Man, Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, well, you know when he was there, because they used to talk about it. Like nobody cared about Jared Goff when he was walking around. Like, who is this dude? But yeah, Matthew Stafford, Sean McVay might be the biggest star in LA, according to the Rams. I mean, from the Rams. Like, so you right. They got a built-in barrier to where nobody cares about them like that, so they could be successful. The Chargers too. Nobody care about them.
Nobody care about the Chargers. They've been horrible for everybody life. For everybody lifetime, they've been a horrible team.
But look at the ladder though. Look at the opposite. Cowboys in Dallas. Them boys rock stars.
Man.
They rock stars in Dallas.
Matter of fact, to add on to what you were talking about, tell them how much an undrafted free agent tried to charge you for an interview.
What was it? Like $1,000?
Like $1,000.
I think he tried to charge me $1,000 for a dude who ain't did much in the league at all. Barely even got a starting role.
Almost lost.
He ain't a starter actually, and he get in sometimes and do some things sometimes. And that was last year. If I would have paid for that, bro, I'd have been mad this year.
Man, for what they did this year,
he didn't do nothing this year.
Man, we're not gonna slander them any further.
We might still need them one day.
We might need him.
I still got his contact information.
Yeah, he might fuck around and have a good year one day. We're gonna like, hey man, you know, we can
yeah, he might turn up next year or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, but you know.
But listen, do y'all get the discrepancy between the two? Do y'all get the discrepancy between the two? In these other areas, these boys is not getting no love like that. In Dallas, these boys are rock stars. You know what I'm saying? People who ain't did nothing can't even go in the grocery store. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
Undrafted free agents walk around and be, oh my God, you're a Cowboy. How you doing?
This is crazy shit.
Sign my stuff.
That sounds
and they go to another city, ain't nobody said a word to their ass.
That sounds so gangster though. Oh my God, you're a cowboy. Like they just pulled over that bitch on a horse.
Hey, this is bad business over here, man. Like, look, this is no shot at the fans. We just talking about the culture. You see what I'm saying? It's a big difference, y'all. It's a big difference. Do you think Minnesota Vikings players get the same respect when they walk in the grocery store or something? If they ain't no star? If they ain't Justin Jefferson or Kirk Cousins or somebody? You know what I'm saying? Just a random Viking. Do you think the people going crazy for them when they see them in the store? They wouldn't even know them. They wouldn't know their face. They'll be a normal human. We know every Cowboy face.
We know they face.
We know all these boys.
Know where they went to school at. Some of y'all know their favorite colors. Y'all be true. Some of y'all don't know your old lady favorite color. Y'all know
that's why I said from now on, bro, we need to be snobby with our support, bro. I'm telling you, we need to be a little more snobby with it. We need to be snobby with it.
Said hope on Jerry. Nah, I ain't gonna hope all that now.
Nah, that's a little too far, Mr. Joseph. We don't wish death on nobody, sir.
Many men.
Wish death upon me.
Blood in my dog.
Jerry gonna be 50 Cent on them. we gotta put Jerry, Photoshop Jerry on 50 Cent body.
Hey, I've been saying this. Said look at the hype Overshawn gets, and he hasn't played in the regular game.
Man, Overshawn already all-pro to most of Cowboy Nation. That boy, sensational.
And listen, that's part of the issue. If Overshawn gets out here and he's even remotely good, like they're going to elevate this man above what he actually is. Because they did that with Damone Clark the first year. Damone Clark was okay for the fact that he had a broke-up ass back and he came back before time he was playing. Like he was okay. and people just knew for a fact that Damone Clark was finna just be a great linebacker.
Man, they were talking about, boy, they said Damone Clark got up to 24 mile per hour. Boy, you heard about that?
I remember that shit.
Man, he going fast and wrong. Going nowhere fast. Treadmill action.
And you know what's crazy? Folks will overlook shit like that because he was running to a tackle down the field. It wasn't like he was running back with a fumble recovery or a pick. Somebody was down the field and he ran down there to make a tackle. They used to crucify Jalen Smith for the same shit. And people are mad. And matter of fact, they're mad about Damone Clark for the same shit this year. So you see what happens when the glamour and the allure leaves. You see shit for what it really is. Like, damn, he ain't shit. Stone him. Yeah. But he was that last year too. But
yeah, I don't really care. I see what that is, Alfredo Morris. He said this is unreal. Before Dak got his deal, everyone was like, pay the man, pay the man, pay the man. Now everyone mad because Dak got paid SMH. I ain't mad at that. I mean, you need a quarterback. Like, look, I look at it like this, right? I say, you know how gas is a necessity? It's something you must have. So in my head, I don't look at the gas prices, bro. I just don't. Cause like, I'm gonna have to buy it, bro. I got to buy it. So to me, in the logic in my head, I know a lot of other people don't feel this way. But if I gotta buy gas, I just gotta buy gas, bro. Like, it is what it is. It's just something that you gotta do. So like, I look at the quarterback the same way, bro. Whatever the fee for a quarterback is, you just gotta pay it, bro. You need a quarterback. So I don't really care too much about his money because it's a necessity. It's something that you can't go outside of doing. You need it. It must be done. So, I mean, the smart people do it early. That's not who we looking like we are. We don't do it early.
Man, Dallas Cowboys are smart in the same sentence does not really go together, bro. I mean, it just ain't. They do shit backwards. They bid against themselves. They don't really invest in free agency. They want to strictly put the weight of the world on the shoulder of young players. So it is what it is. But man, I'm finna get the hell on out of here. I got shit to do with my life. Yes, I know you do as well. So let the folks know where they can find you at, bro.
Absolutely, man. LandLord from Alabama with the same handle on all social media, man. Y'all make sure y'all come tap in for the win. I should be probably live at 11 tomorrow, man. You know, I got a lot going on. So some of these times might start changing a little bit. I ain't really got no confirmation yet. So I'll let y'all know how it go. But I appreciate all the love and support from all the people that's rocking with your boy. Y'all make sure y'all tap in for the win. And go ahead and hit the notification bell too, just in case I have to start going live at different times and stuff, man. Because my schedule kind of in limbo right now at the moment. So make sure y'all hit the notification bell, man. Make sure y'all support your boy when I do put out some of this content, man.
Indeed, and do the same on my end, man. Hit the notification button. If you ain't already came over and subbed to the page, do so. I'm on the road to 2K, so make sure y'all come over and support. I'll probably be live later on today, man. So y'all just tap in with your boy, Into the Moore, reporting live from the liquor store.